filthiest job in ancient Rome, the cleanest clothes in the Roman world began in one of its dirtiest rooms. Before a man could enter the street in spotless wool, someone else had to step barefoot into the wash. The water was cold, the cloth was heavy, and one of the cleaning ingredients had already passed through another human body. This is Pompeii in the 1st century AD. Morning light reaches the paving stones of the Via dell'Abbondanza. Wooden shutters rise. Sandals scrape the road. Cartwheels grind through yesterday's dust. Between the bakeries, taverns, and crowded homes stands a workshop called a Falonica. It is often described as a Roman laundry, but the people inside also finish and restore wool. At the open doorway, a customer unfolds a stained cloak. Its pale wool has darkened along the hem. Road dust sits deep in the fibers. Oil from the skin marks the collar. The cloth holds the smoke of cooking fires and oil lamps. The fuller takes the cloak and examines it in the daylight. His rough tunic is tied above his knees. The skin around his heels is thick and cracked. He runs his fingers across the collar, then along the lower edge. The weight, weave, and stains show him where to begin. Wool is valuable, but easy to damage. Too little pressure leaves grease behind. Too much can ruin the surface. The fuller carries the garment to a narrow stone basin. Cloudy water waits inside. He lowers the cloak, gathers his tunic, and steps in. One foot presses down, then the other. Water strikes the stone wall. Wet wool folds around his ankles. He grips the edge of the basin, turns the cloth with his feet, and presses again. Left, right, turn. A Roman writer once compared this stamping motion to a fuller's dance. Inside the basin, it feels less like dancing than labor. His body supplies the force. This is where the most famous Roman laundry ingredient enters the story. Aged urine could provide an alkaline cleaning agent that helped loosen grease. But the fuller is not standing in a basin of pure urine. Roman workshops also used absorbent mineral earths to draw oil and dirt from wool. The mixture could vary. The worker judged it by the garment in front of him. Wet wool, mineral earth, and sharp ammonia settle in the warm room. His feet remain in the basin. His hands touch the cloth that carried another person's sweat, smoke, and street dirt. He continues stamping. The workshop keeps its own rhythm. Heels knocking against stone, water spilling over the rim, wet fabric slapping against the basin. When he finally stops, the cloak is darker with moisture and far heavier than before. He bends, gathers the soaked wool, and lifts. Dirty water runs between his fingers and falls back into the basin. The cloak is moved to a larger tank for rinsing. Fresh water pours across the fabric. The liquid turns gray as loosened dirt leaves the wool. He pushes the garment beneath the surface, drains the basin, rinses it again, then checks the cloth with his hands. Most of the cloak feels clean. The collar does not. A thin layer of oil remains where it touched the customer's neck. If the fuller ignores it, the stain will return when the wool dries. The collar goes back into the wash. Again, his heel presses down. Again, cloudy water rises around his ankle. The customer will see only whether the correction worked. After the final rinse, the fuller lifts the cloak onto a work surface where daylight reaches the cloth. The heavy stamping is finished. Now the careful work begins. Wet wool lies flat. Its surface must be raised and made even. A stiff brush travels across the garment with a dry, scratching sound. The fuller follows the brush with his fingertips, searching for rough patches. Small fibers rise above the surface. He opens a pair of shears, and trims them close. The blades close with a short metallic whisper. One careless cut could leave a permanent scar in an expensive garment. He slows his hand near the edge and checks the surface again. Some pale cloth was exposed to sulfur fumes to make it appear brighter. Not every garment received every treatment. The fuller chose according to the color and condition of the wool. When the cloak is ready, it is arranged beneath a wooden press. The frame tightens. Old wood groans under the pressure. Water gathers along the lower edge of the cloth. One drop falls to the floor, then another. At last, the garment returns to the front of the workshop. The dust is gone. The collar no longer feels greasy. The wool looks pale and even again. The customer runs a clean hand across its surface. He finds no stain, no footprint, and no sign of the basin. That is the measure of the fuller's skill. Every trace of his work has disappeared. The customer drapes the cloak over his arm and steps back into the street. Sunlight catches the clean wool as he walks into the crowd. People may notice its brightness. They may notice the man wearing it. They will not see the worker standing inside the dark doorway. The fuller looks down at his hands. Water sits in every line of his skin. Another dirty garment waits beside the basin. He lifts it, tests its weight, and steps back into the wash. Rome remembered emperors in white marble and citizens dressed in clean wool. But beneath that polished surface were workers who carried away the dirt so someone else could be seen. One basin, one garment, one working life at a time.